The crack of splintering cut through the air like a gunshot. My son's face folded inward as his guitar, his dream, the fruit of months I'd saved for, shattered into 1,000 jagged pieces under the swings of 2 aluminum bats. My brother's twins hooped with glee. My parents lifted their phones, filming like it was some slapstick routine. My father even muttered, "Finally, some entertainment." My sister leaned against the wall, that smug grin stretched ear to ear. "Guess he'll learn about real life now," she said as if my boy's heartbreak were a punchline. I didn't move. Not out of shock. Shock would have been kinder. I catalogued everything instead. Their laughter, the smirk, the glint of broken strings, my son's tears. I didn't shout. I didn't lunge. I set my hand on my son's shoulder and steadied him. In my quiet, they mistook restraint for weakness. They would learn soon enough. For years I'd tried to fit in. Family barbecues, holidays, birthdays. I showed up, I gave, I took the jokes about being too serious or too soft. My brother was the golden child, my sister the clever one, and I the background character in their comedy. My parents had a pastime belittling me. My quiet wins, my promotions, my savings, my careful planning, none of it mattered. Their mistakes were framed as bold choices. Their cruelty masqueraded as honesty. Still, I stayed because my son deserved grandparents. Because I thought loyalty would be enough. I see now that loyalty to the wrong people is just self-destruction. The guitar wasn't just wood and strings. It was proof. Proof that hard work mattered. Proof that I believed in my boy's talent. He'd practiced on a pawnshop guitar until his fingers bled, never once complaining. When I handed him the $2,000 acoustic, he looked at me as if I'd given him the world. That moment felt sacred, untouchable. Or so I believed. I'd noticed how the family treated his music like an annoyance. Rolled eyes when he played, snide comments about noise. My brother once joked, "He'll be busking in the subway in no time." Still, I expected them to respect his joy. I underestimated how much they enjoyed destroying what they couldn't understand. The smashed guitar wasn't an accident, it was a message. And in that instant I decided I would answer. Louder. Sharper. Permanent. They wanted me furious, wanted a scene, wanted proof they still controlled me. Instead I smiled. I gathered the shards, placed them back into their velvet case. My son watched, confused. I squeezed his hand and whispered, "Don't worry." They'd written their ending. That night, while my family posted videos of the funny destruction online, I worked quietly and efficiently. Revenge doesn't roar, it waits. Impatience, paperwork, precision. I pulled bank records, remembered debts, noted unpaid favors. Every smug face in that room had a weakness, and I knew exactly where to press. By morning the plan had life. By the weekend it was unstoppable. Step 1, my parents. They still lived in the house that still bore my name on the mortgage, the one I'd co-signed when they begged for a little help. I'd been quietly covering most of it for years. They never thought I'd pull the plug. They thought I was too soft. I called the bank and stopped the payments. Within 60 days, foreclosure would loom. Step 2, my brother. His twins had smashed the guitar, but months earlier they'd also broken a neighbor's window during a baseball stunt. The neighbor had confided in me, but never pressed charges. I gave him the video. The police had no trouble taking it from there. Juvenile court doesn't go easy on repeat pranksters. Step 3, my sister. She'd smirked the loudest. I forwarded an old email chain she'd once sent, boasting about falsified qualifications on a job application. Anonymous tip to HR. They move fast when liability stares them down. Each move left fingerprints of justice, not vengeance. They couldn't trace it cleanly to me, and that was the point. They'd know though. 2 weeks later we gathered for Sunday dinner. My parents sat silent. A foreclosure notice lay heavy on the table. My brother looked pale. The twins were grounded by court order. My sister's phone buzzed nonstop with emails from HR demanding explanations. I arrived late, calm, my son by my side, carrying a new guitar case. Their eyes tracked me, waiting for the blow-up, the scream, the gloating. I opened the case. Inside was a new, gleaming guitar, better than the last. This time $3,000. My son's eyes widened. I set it in his hands right there at the table where they'd mocked him. "Play," I said. He strummed. and the notes filled the room like a cathedral hymn. Silence swallowed the smugness. My family sat stiff, drowning in the consequences of their own actions while the music rose above their ruin. No shouting. No revenge speech. Just my son's song echoing against the walls of their collapsing little empire. That was my answer. That was my victory. They say revenge is best served cold. I disagree. Revenge is best served silent, with witnesses forced to choke on the sound of their own downfall. My family thought breaking a guitar would break us. Instead, it made us unbreakable. I don't need their approval. I don't need their laughter. I don't need them at all. What I do need is the look on my son's face every time he strums. The way his music fills the air like it always belonged there. And every time I hear it, I remember. Weakness is letting cruelty go unchecked. Strength is knowing exactly when to end a game. Their jaws dropped. Mine stayed steady. And my son's song, it still